So today I'm going to be talking about the Rocketbook, the reusable notebook. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in buying one, or if you've never heard about a Rocketbook, I'm here to show you, okay? I love it. I love notebooks in general. Like, anytime I go to the store, I go straight for the notebook section. You know, they're just, you know, you get to write stuff, and it's just like, who doesn't like notebooks, you know? But as a minimalist, I have way too many, sorry about my dogs, I had way too many notebooks that either weren't being used or, yeah, they were just not being used, and I had just gotten them because they were cute. So I saw this on TikTok. I would like to say that I'm not easily influenced, but looking at what the Rocketbook was, I was influenced. Like, it's a reusable notebook, okay? Like, you can reuse it as many times as you want. I don't know if they have a warranty, to be honest, but I'll let you know if my Rocketbook ever gets messed up. I've had this for about 6 months, maybe like 3 to 6 months. I don't know time, but I love it. It's super thin, super portable, and I actually have some stuff written inside. Like, I actually have my list of what I was gonna say in this video in my Rocketbook. So we're gonna go over pros, cons. This is the executive size, I think. They have many different versions and sizes. I also have the mini one. I do find that I use this one more, but the other one is just really good for like quick to-dos or like sticky note quicks, like just stuff you gotta write down, you know. So we're gonna go over the pros, and then I'm gonna do a little demo on how you use it, how it writes, and all that good stuff. So starting with the pros: super thin, super portable, and you can take it with you. Like, I always stick this into my purse. It fits pretty much anywhere. The bigger size would probably need a bigger backpack, but I have the executive size, so it's pretty good. Second pro is that it's reusable. You don't have to buy a notebook again, hopefully, right? Or we're gonna see how long it lasts. I will let you know. You're gonna save money because this is your one notebook that you're gonna reuse, so you can use this for everything and anything. I use this for as my journal, as my Bible study notes, as my sermon at church notes. I use this as my to-do list. I use this as like tracking for like my workouts, my meals. You pretty much can write everything and anything in here. And one of the best parts is that it has this section in the front where you kind of like, it has like different icons, and at the bottom of each page it has the icon. So it has like 7 folders, right? And so let's say I'm doing my journal. So I have, for journal, I have the 4-leaf clover. So if I wrote a journal, I would mark the 4-leaf clover on the icon in the bottom of the page where I wrote it. And once you're saving it to your cloud on your phone, it will go to that folder. So that way all the categories of your notes are put together. Which leads into the next point, that you can save all your notes to your phone, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you see it. Because good thing is, if you are a student, which I am not, I always love to show off that I'm done with school. Like, that is the highlight of my life, that I don't have to go to school. If you are in school, well, you can have different subjects. So you'll write your notes for your math class. You get to school a little early, but you forgot your notebook, and you have a test in math class, and you're like, what do I do? How am I gonna study? Because you did not study last night because you were lazy. And so you thought, I'm gonna study right before the test so I can have the fresh information in my brain, and you forgot your notes at home. It's all good because you pull up your phone because you scanned it, and the notes are on your phone. So you have your notes with you at all times if you scan them, okay? Because obviously if you didn't scan them, then you will not have your notes on you. But yeah, that's the pro of being able to scan all your notes on your phone. The con, I don't think it's really a con because it probably, hopefully, will never happen. But I do have this like thought in the back of my brain, you know, one day if there are no phones and the internet is destroyed and extinct, all of the notes that you had are gone forever. So that is very scary. That is very scary if you wrote some like important stuff in that notebook. And that is the con that you can face with having a reusable notebook, because you will be erasing those notes after you've scanned them. So I would keep that in mind, okay? But again, hopefully never happens, you know? Next pro is that you only need one. I do have two, but one is a mini, and you know, I use them for different things. But for the most part, you only need one notebook for everything. So you don't have to be like breaking your back having like 50 notebooks in your backpack. So that's cool. Now we're gonna get to the cons, because there is no product that is perfect. Okay, dividers. So like I said, I use this notebook for many different things. Sometimes I find myself like having to flip through to find a note, when if there were dividers, I would know, okay, like my journals are here, my Bible study notes are here in this section, and blah 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 and so forth and what have you, and so on and so forth and what have you. So I would say, I mean, that would make the notebook a little better for me. You can obviously make your own dividers like with sticky notes, but I have heard that if you put a sticky note on here, it really sticks. So if you gotta like take it off or remove it, like it might not be good. But you know, it's not a big con. Like, don't be lazy, just look through the notebook, right? But that would definitely make the Rocketbook better. 2 is having to erase. I mean, obviously that's the point of a reusable notebook, right? But I mean, right now my notebook's kind of filling up, and if I don't make time to erase, and you know, I'm late somewhere, and then I take out my notebook and there's no like clean pages, that's a little embarrassing. I mean, technically it'll take you like less than a minute to like wipe a page clean, but it is a little like tedious if you're not super organized and you just forget and you're ready to use your Rocketbook and you're like, oh wait, I have no more pages. So again, that's kind of like a you problem. Like, just don't be lazy and like clean up, you know. The last one is that there's less options for pens. So you can only use friction pens, like erasable pens. It's like a specific brand. And they have many colors, but I've seen videos where the only 3 colors that actually look good once you scan it are black, red, and blue. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's fine, right? But again, I'm a notebook and pen and like stationery girl, so I would like for my reusable notebook to have like a cute purple or pink pen that actually shows when I'm scanning the papers. So yeah, again, not a huge deal. Like, I've survived so far with my black pens, but in a perfect world, like, there'd be all kind of colored pens. So that is my review on the Rocketbook, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you some demos and some tips and tricks. Okay, so this is a notebook. A little tip: if you outline and Sharpie, it will not erase. So this is how I do my monthly calendar. They do offer like calendar templates in some of their notebooks, so you could also do that, but I just got the basic one and this was really good. So I'm actually on the last page of my Rocketbook because today I'm scanning and erasing everything. So I'm going to show you how it writes. This is the pen that it comes with. Test. And this is a separate pen I got at Walmart. This is the blue one. I actually do like how the separate ones write better, but that's what it is. Okay, one thing I will say, you have to wait for it to dry, because if you write and don't wait for it to dry, it will smear. This is dried, it doesn't smear, so you have to wait to let it dry. Secondly, do not use the eraser. Do not use the eraser because it will mess up the paper, like the lining in the paper. Always use your rag. I wet a little corner. Erase. All good.